Hello class. On previous turn we have studied about pollination and the self-pollination and cross-pollination. So students, what is pollination? Pollination is the process in which pollen grains are transferred from the anther of one flower to the stigma of another flower, right? So the process of transfer of pollen grain from anther to the stigma is called pollination. Now students, we have seen two types of pollination, self-pollination and cross-pollination. In cross-pollination we have seen that to take place cross-pollination, the agents are required, agents of transfer are required. Means there should be something who can carry the pollen grain from the anther to the stigma. So there are three agents, students. Mainly to transfer pollen grain from anther to stigma, there are mainly three agents: the wind, means air, water and insects. Okay, so let's first start wind. Students, the flower in which pollination takes place by the help of wind or air, dead flowers are called wind pollinated flowers. Dead flowers are called wind pollinated flowers. The flowers in which pollination takes place with the help of wind or air are called wind pollinated flowers, and the process is called wind pollination. Okay, now students, in which flower wind pollination takes place? The flowers in which their pollen grains are light in weight. Okay, the flowers in which their pollen grains are light in weight, their stigma is feathery and their style is very long. The style of the carpel is very long so that it can come out of the flower. Okay, and the filaments are also long. Filaments of the filaments of the stamen are also long. In those flowers, pollination takes place with the help of wind. Now, why pollen grains should be light in weight in wind pollinated flowers? Students, it is necessary in wind pollinated flowers that pollen grains should be light in weight so that they can fly in the air. Okay, if the pollen grains will be heavy, they cannot fly easily in the wind with the help of wind. Okay, the stigma is feathery, means this is a stigma, right? So in this stigma there are some hairs present. It is hairy or feathery. Why? So that it can catch easily. It is sticky also. Okay, so that it can catch easily pollen grains, and that's why this style is long and come out of the flower. So as the pollen grain come, immediately the stigma can catch the pollen grain. That's why the style is also long. Okay, and the filaments of the stamen are also long, so that as the pollen grain will release, they come immediately on the stigma. Okay, or when the filaments will be long, then they will come out of the flower, and with the help of wind they immediately can be transported to the stigma of another flower. Okay, so in wind pollinated flowers, the pollen grain should be light in weight. Their stigma should be sticky and hairy. Okay, to catch the pollen grains. Style of the flower should also be long, and filaments of stamen should also be long. Okay, and example of students wind pollinated flowers: grasses. Okay, in grass, students, there are the flowers in which pollination takes place with the help of wind. So those flowers in which their petals are not brightly colored, they do not have very nice smell, in those flowers pollination can take place with the help of wind, and the process is called wind pollination. Now the next is water pollination. These are the plants of Vallisneria. Okay, in which students, it is a aquatic plant, means this plant is found in water, and in this plant pollination is taking place with the help of water. Okay, so these flowers are called, the flowers of this Vallisneria plant are called water pollinated flowers, and the process is water pollination. Okay, in this pollination, pollen grains will be carried from the anther to the stigma by the help of water. Okay, so what should be here, what change should be here in flowers? Okay, there should be the filament of the stamen should be long. Okay, so that the anther come and present on the surface of water. Okay, if the filament of the this is the filament of the stamen. Okay, it is very long, and that's why the anther is present on the surface of water. Okay, because if it will be short, then the anthers will the pollen grains will sink down. Okay, and they cannot float and they cannot reach to the stigma. They will sink down and they go anywhere else. Okay, so that's why the filament of stamen should be long, so that anther float on the surface of water and release pollen grains. Okay, here the pollen grains are released on the surface of water, and style should also be long. Okay, so that the flower stigma is present on the surface of the water. Okay, style should also be long. Style of the stigma should also be long. Style of the carpel should also be long, so that it can come on the surface of water. The flower can come on the surface of water, and pollen grain can come in contact with stigma easily. Okay, if they both stigma and anther will be present on the surface of water, then only the pollen grains can come easily in contact with stigma. Okay, that's why the stamen and the style are long. And here also one more thing, students, that pollen grain should be light in weight. Okay, so that they can float easily in water, otherwise they will sink down. Okay, and who will carry these anthers, these pollen grains from anther to the stigma? Water current. Okay, when water will float, these pollen grains will float with the help of water and reach to the stigma, and pollination takes place. The next is insect pollinated flowers. Those flowers in which pollination takes place with the help of insects are called insect pollinated flowers, and the process is called insect pollination. What should be in these flowers, students? In these flowers, in insect pollinated flowers, their petals should be brightly colored. Okay, these flowers should be brightly colored so that they can attract the insects. Okay, they are very beautifully colored, so that many more insects come and sit on these flowers. Okay, and have a sweet aroma. They have very nice smell. Okay, these flowers should have very nice smell, so that with the help of that smell, insects will be attracted to those flowers and they will come and sit on them. And the next thing, that they may produce nectar. Nectar means the flower juice. Okay, the liquid juice which is present in flower, that is called nectar. Okay, so why insects come and sit on that flower, students? Insects come and sit on these flowers to suck these nectar. Okay, for example, butterfly, honey bees, why they come and sit on the flowers? To drink their nectar. Okay, so that's why these flowers should be brightly colored. They should be sweet aroma, sweet smell, very nice smell, and they should produce nectar. Okay, for example, dahlia, jasmine, rose and all. Okay, these are the insect pollinated flowers. Okay, now what happens, students, when suppose this is a flower? Okay, this is a flower, so insect will come and sit on them. Now the pollen grain of these flowers will stick to the insect body and insect legs. Okay, and when this flower this insect will fly and come and sit on the next flower, then these pollen grain will be released from the legs or the body of the insect and fall on the stigma of that flower, and in this way pollination takes place with the help of insects. So this process is called insect pollination, and the process the flowers are called insect pollinated flowers. Apart from insect, students, some birds also, okay, some birds also carry the pollination. Okay, birds also help in the process of pollination. In the same way, when birds will sit on the flower, and then when they will sit on next flower, then pollen grain they will release on the dead flower's stigma. Okay, so in that way some birds also help in pollination. So this was all about pollination, students. It can take place by 3 ways, by the help of 3 agents: wind, water and insects. Okay, in wind pollinated flowers, the pollen grain should be light in weight, their filament and style should be long, and stigma should be sticky or hairy, feathery in nature. In water pollinated flowers, their filament and style should be long, and pollen grain should be light in weight, and the stamen and the filament and the style should be long, so that the pollen grains are present on the surface of water. And insect pollinated flowers should be beautifully colored, have very nice smell, and they should produce nectar. Now the pollination takes place, pollen grain has been reached on the stigma of the flower. Now what will happen after that, we will study on in next video. Thank you.